Hi, I'm Margaret and welcome to Garden School. We're at the end of a very cool and rainy May. We've had a lot of rain this spring and we haven't seen the temperatures we really would love to see very much, but it's going to come. Well, I'm up here at the pea patch and I wanted to just take a look at some things that I've done this year, a new thing. Some cauliflowers that I have grown from seed on a heat mat. That's a new thing for me. And then I've kind of companion planted them with my pea pods and radishes. And I want to check on those radishes and do some thinning, see if there's some harvest today, as well as see how everything else is doing. Let's take a look. So you see here a little low cloche. This is made with some hula hoops I got from the dollar store and some row cover. And underneath are my cauliflower plants and a row of radishes that I've grown next to them. I've kind of companion planted that. Now, the reason I've got the row cover on is because I want to protect the cauliflower plants, especially from the cabbage moth, the damage that their caterpillars will do. So, why don't we take the cover off and see what we have underneath? No, I call those plants cabbage plants. They're cauliflower plants. But many of the brassicas, the plants in the cabbage family look very similar. So these are cauliflowers, not cabbages. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is how it looks. Those cauliflower plants are doing really well. I'm very happy with how they're growing, and I am looking forward to them starting to head up as the weather gets a bit warmer and they get more mature. That's great. Now you'll see right in between the cauliflower plants and where I've planted my peas, growing up on supported by tomato cages, I have planted a row of radishes. Now you might think, how in the world is that going to work? They're going to be so crowded. Well, you know, radishes will grow so quickly and so rapidly. They're going to be out of here before we know it. And then that'll give the cabbages plenty of room. And at this point, the cabbages are not, and the peas are not shading these radishes too much. So I'm going to take a look and see what we've got under the ground. Well, when I pulled the row cover off, I saw a little bit of, I'm not sure what to call it, snail frass, the droppings left by a snail. And I looked around a little bit and I couldn't find it, but I'm glad I continued to look because as I was thinning out these radishes, I did find the snail, so we don't have to worry about him anymore. Now, one reason why we want to thin something like radishes is because they will not bulb up very well and get nice and round shaped if they're too tight together. And it's really easy to oversow and overseed when you're planting radishes. So I'll show you what we got here. Yeah, it's a handful. Some of them are nice and tiny. They'll look really cute, just dropped into a salad. So we've done a couple things here. We've harvested a little bit, and we've also thinned and made a better future for those radish plants that remain. So I was thinning. I tried to thin so that the plants are about an inch apart. Maybe they're a little bit closer in some places. That's okay, we can get rid of that. We'll take care of that in a little while. Now, one question is, well, how do you know before pulling whether there's going to be a little tiny radish or nothing? Well, what I do is I just kind of probe around in the soil. It's nice and moist, and I can move it away a little bit. And just to see, you know, is there a little bit of a bulb forming there, a little roundness? If not, I'll just let it grow a little bit more. So, and you know, some of them were too close, and even though there was no radish starting to form really yet, I pulled them for the sake of thinning. So there's good, and we'll cover this back up. So I got my radishes washed up. They're gonna look really beautiful and taste wonderful when I throw them into my Memorial Day salad for our barbecue. Well, enjoy this time in the garden. It can be really cool and rainy, but radishes are something that will grow quickly, and they'll even grow in the more cool temperatures. I hope you have success with that. Well, there's always more to learn in the garden. Bye-bye.